welcome, welcome. I am so happy today to have the second of the co-authors of the awesome book Bouncing Back: 107 Tips to Become More Resilient, Hyacinth Fraser. Welcome, Hyacinth.
Thank you for having me, Lauren. I'm so excited to be here.
We're gonna have
Can't wait.
so much fun today. We've worked out all the technology and we are just right on track. And the rain we were just talking about has come back. So it's lovely and beautiful and cool and awesome here in the mountains. And for reference, we're live today on June 25th, 2020. I hear podcasts sometimes that I'm like, oh, they're talking about what's going on now. Well, they weren't. They're talking about something that was going on 2 years ago that just feels like it's something that's going on now. So I like putting that date in there as a reference. So Hyacinth, tell us about you. Who is Hyacinth and how did you arrive at this amazing book that you and Eva wrote together?
Can I just say the book has been such a labour of love. So Ava and I met probably about 3 years ago at development centres that we both facilitated at for leaders. And pre-lockdown, we decided we were going to develop training courses and roll those out to business to commerce. Um, and then lockdown happened, and I said to Ava, we need to pivot, we need to write a book, we need to write about resilience. And here it is, bouncing back, because in these times, it's what we need to do.
Yeah. So, and as we talked about getting ready for this, I'm a lover of words, and resilient is a really awesome word. I want to hear what resilient means in your words from Hyacinth's point of view.
Yeah. For me, resilience is about get knocked down, you find a way to stand back up.
Hmm.
You find a way either through an obstacle, over an obstacle, round an obstacle, under an obstacle.
Okay.
In fact, there's a saying, isn't there, that obstacles are those things you see in your way when you take your eyes off the goal. So resilience for me means finding a way to keep going, keep going.
All right, and Eva is with us. Welcome. So, supporting one another, that's awesome. Okay, so um, we were going to talk about your three favorite tips.
Yeah.
So the 107 tips. And before I forget, be sure to go to the link that you see on the screen, or look in the show notes, or look in the comments wherever you're watching this video or listening to the audio, and go to gomindinmotion.com/freebie. And I had a look at that this morning, and it's an awesome exercise with all kinds of resources that you're really going to like. So make yourself a note to go and take advantage of that and get connected with Ava and Hyacinth in that world. And so, but this book is just astounding. Each chapter is a tip, and then they give you other resources to back that up and activities to do. And so you can read it from cover to cover, or you can just go to the chapter that's speaking to what you're wanting to know and do in this day. So it's very, very cool. So you're going to really enjoy the book. All right. So what were your three favorite tips, Hyacinth, that you wanted to share with us today?
Can I just say, Lauren, there's something in this book for everyone.
Mhm.
So the three chapters that I chosen, chapter 17, I'll say what they are and then I'll go through them and say a little bit more about them.
Okay.
Chapter 17, where you spend time in reflection. How often do we do that? How often do we get time to do that? Chapter 69, which is stand guard over your mindset. Really important to decide what you allow into your psyche
Yeah.
and what you can keep outside. And chapter 100, reframe some of the most negative words and phrases that you tell yourself. Because there are some times when we have a little parrot on our shoulder just telling us all the things that we can't do, and we listen to it. So I'm going to talk a bit about reframing. So start with chapter 17. Um, so in terms of spending time in quiet reflection, what does that do? It allows you to think about your life. It allows you to think about some of the key things that have happened in life, for good or for bad. Some of the real defining moments. And in thinking about some of those critical factors in your life and then reflecting on them, you can ask some key questions. Some of the key questions are, how has that helped me in my life? How has that hindered me? What am I going to take away from those difficult times? What am I going to keep? What do I need to let go of? So for me, in terms of sharing a bit of story around self-reflection, many years ago, I was in a very dead-end job and it was going nowhere. And I really wanted to leave and go back to college, get my A levels, and then go on to university. Now, I needed at night school a couple of what we called O levels at the time, and I didn't get them. But what I did do, I got really good grades in the college test. And I was just devastated when I didn't get the grades. And I rang my partner at the time and was crying deeply. And he said to me, Hyacinth, go to that college and talk your way into the college. And I did. Then I went on to do my degree, went on to do my master's, and here I am, years later, writing a book with Ava and developing online courses. We've got other books in the works, developing podcasts. There's a lot that have led from that point. An activity. I'm going to invite people to create a life. So what do I mean by that? You can create something, a lifeline that's chronological. So I was born at this point, when I was 5, this happened to me, this is what I learned from it, this is what I took away from it, right up until present day, if you like. You can use a journal, you can use post-its, you can use voice, whatever it is that you do. Mm-hmm. But what you do with that lifeline is just look back and reflect. How have these things helped me? So that's chapter 17.
Okay. All right. So, but I want to talk about that a little bit because in the Be Happy First philosophy, we don't do very much looking back. So you see what I mean? Because yes. you can't go back and change those people or those events. No. There's not a lot.
You can learn from it.
Yes, but if something bad, say, happened, and everyone experiences trauma and drama, and that's just part of the human existence. And if there's something that's going on that's keeping that in my consciousness and affecting my life in the present, then yes, it makes sense to go, all right, what can I let go of? That how can I get that out of my creative thing? And I also wanted to ask about so how is this reflection similar to, say, meditation? And is there a separate section on meditation?
We touch on meditation, and I think, as you know, Lauren, I might have said to you that I practice transcendental meditation.
Yes.
With transcendental meditation, I have a mantra. I practice it 2 or 3 times a day for 20 minutes. Mm-hmm. And that sound or word that allows me to go internally to just not think about anything in particular. Thoughts may come, they may go. So from that standpoint, meditation is not reflection. Meditation is a way of quieting the mind. It's a way of releasing any emotions, feelings, drama, that kind of thing. Reflection. What I liked about what you said in terms, from your standpoint, not looking back, is when you reflect, it's not about staying stuck in that place. It's about saying, this has happened to me. That was then, and this is how it impacted me. Mm-hmm. But based on that, this is what I've learned for the future.
Right.
To propel me forward. So absolutely, it's not about staying stuck in that place.
Right. And, and giving yourself an opportunity for forgiveness and saying, had I known what I know now, I wouldn't have done that. So let's let that go and move forward with the gifts that came from those experiences. Yeah. Awesome.
Absolutely. Cool. Absolutely. All right. And self-forgiveness, as you said, actually is really, really important. Mm-hmm. Not staying stuck in the issues that might impact you.
Yeah, beating yourself up for decisions that you made when you didn't know everything that you know now. So
when you know better, you do better. Maya Angelou used to say that.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. So, chapter 69, stand guard of your mindset. Jim Rohn says, stand guard at the door of your mind. Why is that?
Love it.
We know, don't we?
Yeah, that's one of my
So
favorites.
much. Go on, say that again.
This is one of my favorite concepts, is to being protective of what you let into your brain. So I'm excited about what you're going to say.
Absolutely. So we know, don't we, that we're bombarded by millions and millions of bits of information on a daily basis. So the bit about standard guards over your mind says that you need to make a choice about what you let in. How can you make that choice? You can choose to tune out of social media, tune out or tune into what you want. You can choose to think the thoughts that you want to think. How can you do that? One of the ways I do that is through quotes. I love quotes. I love empowering quotes. So, and really, just to do that research about, what it is that you want to be influenced by. So for me, that is key. And at the moment, some of your listeners will know Dr. Joe Dispenza.
Mm-hmm.
She's really speaking to me at the moment in terms of the power of the mind.
Mm-hmm.
What you can do to manage and control the mind. And actually talks about meditation as a way of managing the mind, standing guard over your mindset.
Yes.
Okay, so
Go ahead.
so that,
Yeah. No, so the meditation trains you so that so when you're meditating in the form of meditation that I teach, and thoughts come into your mind and you just let them go,
let
then
them go.
you practice. Then
Yeah.
you that teaches you that you don't have to be at the mercy of your thoughts, that you can go, no, that's not a thought that serves me. We're going to let that go. Oh, this is a thought that serves me. This lights me up. This enhances my day. This one gets to stay. So yeah,
We
I like
get
it.
to choose.
Hmm?
Absolutely, we get to choose. So the mind is at once a rich and powerful tool. So if I said to you or your audience, don't think of a pink elephant, you know where I'm going with this.
Yeah.
Really, don't think of a pink elephant.
So
Have you
cute.
managed not to think of a pink
Yeah,
elephant? So
not for a second. Right.
yeah, so that's what we're going to get in our mind. So one of the things that we can do is, just for example, it's a small activity. In the book, we've got 107 different activities, but a small activity, standing guard over your mind. Choose a topic that's of interest to you. So for me, I'd say Dr. Joe Dispenza, looking at the mind.
Mhm.
Learn about that topic and share the learning about that topic with someone else.
Mhm.
In the moment, you're learning about a particular topic. It means that other things are not necessarily getting into your psyche. Now, it's not one and done, it's an ongoing process.
Right.
So that's one of the things that we would suggest.
Yeah, so this is our whole philosophy of pay attention to what you're paying attention to, because you cannot be paying attention to having a great time with your grandchildren or reading a good book and be glued to negative news on television at the same time. You
No,
so if you choose what you are putting your attention on, you're automatically taking your attention away from all the things that, yeah, it's beautiful.
exactly. And actually, we cannot scientifically proven concentrate on two things at the same time.
Yeah,
We cannot
absolutely.
hold two thoughts in our head at the same time.
Yep.
So, the extent to which that's true, why not choose to focus on something that's more positive?
Exactly. And then one of my favorite teachers is T. Harv Eker. He's a
Oh,
great,
yes,
yes, he's
yes,
great. And he says that the very best
love
way to
him.
really learn something is to teach it to someone else, because it
Absolutely,
cements it in your mind. Yeah, I love that.
absolutely. And my last one, chapter 100, reframe some of the most negative words and phrases that you tell yourself.
Mm,
That's just so important, because you know what? Sometimes we don't need other people to put us down
that's right.
because we put ourselves down.
Hmm. That's exactly right.
Marianne Williamson, she talks about our key to transforming anything lies in our ability to reframe.
Mhm.
So that's really important. There's the old adage, isn't there? The glass half empty, the glass half full.
Mm-hmm.
If our focus is on the glass half empty, that's a deficit.
Mm-hmm.
That puts our minds into what's not
Right.
possible. Someone wants to lose 20 pounds, for example. They've tried a million things. Their focus is on, you know what, I've tried a million things, nothing's worked.
Mm-hmm.
So then they don't do anything about it. But a way to reframe it is to acknowledge that the glass is half full. With the glass being half full, the focus is, yes, I tried it a million times. Let me try one more.
Mm-hmm.
So then, focus is going to be on what you eat, the time of day you eat, the portion control. It's going to be on, swapping out a meal for a healthy juice. It's going to be on what's possible.
Yeah, so I'm also a primal health coach. So I have some pretty specific ideas around food, but the half empty, half full. It's like now I know a million ways that don't work for me, and I'm looking forward to the next one that I try that might just be what really resonates with me. And I know people who have figured this out, and I know that the answers are right around the corner. This is all of the law of attraction mindset because now you're in the solution vibration instead of in the problem vibration. So, yeah,
You're in the solution. I love that
yeah.
solution vibration. My saying, it has been for years, state the problem and rehearse the solution.
Mm,
So your focus is on finding lots of possible solutions. That's the focus.
right.
Napoleon Hill says, what the mind can conceive and believe can be achieved. You know that.
Oh,
You know
yes.
that expression, I could tell.
Love Napoleon
And that's a real reframe.
Hill. Hmm.
Because if your focus is there, I can achieve it because actually I've conceived it, then the world is potentially open to you.
Hmm.
Can I just give you an example from my life? This morning,
Hmm.
my computer crashed. I lost every single thing on my computer. Not that part, probably for the last 2 weeks. So there was some important, sorry, Ava, there was some important information on the laptop.
Uh-huh.
But what happened, I have to say, is I didn't go into panic mode.
Hmm.
I just thought, you know what? I know where I can access some of these bits of information.
Hmm.
Then I contacted my super VA sister
Hmm.
and she just said, Hyacinth, restart the computer. And it all came back. So I had my mindset, my frame being, oh my God, woe is me. You know,
Hmm.
who knows what would have happened.
Great.
So, activity,
Okay.
yeah?
Let's hear the activity.
Okay. So, the suggestion, I'm only making this as a suggestion, is for people to come up with an affirmation or a mantra, just some words, brief sentences you can say to yourself that will help you to make positively focus. So my example here, two sets of words, I can, and the activity, look in your eyes when you're looking in the mirror. Don't look at what's around you, your eyes, when you look in the mirror. A couple of minutes in the morning, a couple of minutes just before bed, and say those, I am, I can, I am. And do that for 21 days. And just see how the frame, the way you view the world, starts to change. I can, 2 minutes in the morning, 2 minutes just before bed, looking directly.
I love that. It's a combination of affirmations and mirror work.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's
Exactly.
really, really awesome. We, in our 5 secrets to happiness, step 2 every day is a series of affirmation statements that you write yourself. We call them I am statements because
Yeah.
everything that follows I am is so powerful. And if you write them yourself from where you are, they sound true. They sound doable. They sound authentic. Whereas if I love like the little affirmation cards and different quotes
I
and
know.
all of those things. But if you're sitting here worrying about how you're going to pay your bills and you pick up an affirmation card that says, money comes easily and frequently to me, that just is not going to feel good to you. But if you say, I am receiving of all good things, I know that things are going to work out. I know that the answers to my problems are right here and I'm ready and receiving of those. When you write those statements yourself, then they feel so much truer. And then if you can take those same statements to the mirror, or yeah,
Absolutely.
I can, I am. I like it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And complete the sentence if
Mhm.
you choose, or just stay with I can, I am.
Mhm. One of my favorite things to say during this month on the power of words is that I can't do this because I have to do that is the most disempowering statement in the whole entire world. There's nothing you can't do and there's nothing you have to do. So reframing that sentence does a whole lot. So I am not going to do that because I'm going to do this. I'm making choices as
It's
to.
power of choice.
Mhm,
Power of choice. We talk about that in the book as well. We have some choices that we can make.
mhm.
Sometimes choices might be a little bit difficult, but choices nonetheless.
Right. Right. Happiness is a choice. You can always
Yeah.
choose to be happy first. That's my mantra.
Yeah. Sure.
The mantra of be happy first.
Yes,
All
yes,
right.
yes, yes.
Awesome. Well, you picked three amazing tips and tools, and I really resonate with all of those. And I'm in the process of reading the book and playing around with it too. So
Oh,
enjoying that very
fantastic.
much. Yeah. And also I
Lovely.
enjoyed the freebie. All right. So is there anything we don't have a time limit on the show. We go as long or as short as we want to. So we can stay as long as you have stuff to talk about and we can be done when we're done. Is there anything else you want to add?
Um, I think I would say to people, make your own decisions, make some choices, make sure they're empowering,
Mhm.
make sure that they serve you. There's always going to be naysayers out there. The question is, do you choose the naysayers or do you choose to determine your own reality? And I know I've mentioned Dr. Joe Dispenza a few times, but he says the way to predict the future is to create.
Love that. Love that.
And
Totally.
because
Yeah.
that gives you the power and the control then, doesn't
Hmm.
it? So I would say to people, just own for themselves the choices that they want to, the choices they want. I think that's really
Awesome. Which is exactly the message of this whole entire show. Love it. All right, so we're going to put all of the links to all of the stuff that we've talked about so if we're here on Facebook Live, say hello. Look in the comments for all of the links to the freebie from Go Mind Emotion, Eva and Hyacinth. And if you're listening to a podcast, be sure to subscribe and like and leave us comments and go and check the show notes. That's where all of the links will be if you're listening to this in a podcast. You can find us at behappyfirst.org. You can find Hyacinth and Eva at gomindemotion.com. And we're just absolutely thrilled with everything that's going on today. So say goodbye, Hyacinth, and I'll take us on out of here.
Thank you very much, Laura. Lovely to be here.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thanks so much for being here. All right, we're going to be back with another great 2 episodes next week and every week for the foreseeable future. So be sure to join us everywhere that you can find us. In the meantime, remember that happiness is a choice. You can always choose to be happy first. I'll see you soon.